Hey, what's up, Internet? It's Mike White with 143. So it's been a little bit since I did a tutorial, so I figured I'd do a quick one on the making of this mom life graphic that I just made. So I'm going to work in Photoshop, and this is, the final image that I'm going to come up with. And to get started, I'm just going to do File New and do 6000 by 6000 at 300. That's pretty much my standard template size, to get started with something. And I'm just going to use a lot of stock assets out there. I've got some things pulled up that I want to use. So I've got a font. I like this Franks by Edward Leach. It's 100% free. That's on Font Space. I've been looking, for lightning bolts, and I've just downloaded this lightning bolt. Now I'm using the Adobe Suite for this. You should be able to do all the things I'm going to show you with free tools like Photopea. You might struggle a little bit more. It won't be a step-by-step, but I'm using Adobe Photoshop. I'm going to use Adobe Illustrator just to convert things. But let's get started, putting this all together. So here's the downloaded, I paid for this at Adobe Stock. You can get a lightning bolt from anywhere though, anywhere that you have access to. And you just select it, you want that one. I'm just gonna hit export selection and just tell it to export the asset. Now I've already done that, so I'm not gonna do it again. And then I also found on Adobe Stock this seamless leopard print. And again, I think this time I just exported as an SVG. I work in Inkscape. So I usually just use Illustrator as a pass-through to get things out and convert it over to SVG. I don't know that Inkscape can actually open AI files as of this time. So back over here in Photoshop, I'm just going to start dragging some of the assets that I have in. So here's my leopard print. And I know that I'm going to rotate that and size it down. So we'll just drop that. And then I've got my lightning bolt. So here's my blue lightning bolt, and I know I want to size that up. So I'm going to hold Alt, and I have to hold Shift to keep things constrained, but that's depending on your settings. So I've got my lightning bolt there. I'm going to put that in the bottom. Here's my leopard print. I'm just going to turn that off for now. I'm going to grab that font. I'm going to drag a guideline over just to be right in the center. And I'm just going to type mom, and I'm going to make that a lot bigger. So I'm going to open up my character window. If you don't have that, you just go to Window Character, and we'll make this like 400. And everything else is just standard, which is good. Okay, I'm just going to drag that down, and then I'm just going to duplicate that layer and drag it down. Oops, didn't want to move that. I'm holding Shift as I drag it down, and I'm just going to make it overlap slightly. And then I'm going to edit the text. So grab my text tool, and I'm going to type life. And I think these need to be spaced out more. I already kind of worked on that. I'm going to set the tracking over here for these characters just to be out a little bit, and I think it'll make this life look better. And then this needs to be bigger. I think it was 500. Nope, probably 450. And I'm just going to pull that down. I want them to overlap just barely so that I can get this stroke kind of connected between these two in just a second. Okay, and so both of them are a little too small for my mom life right now. I'm just going to pull those out and hold Shift. And I want to look at where I place this. I mean, I can center it, which is easy enough. Let's group them. I'm going to hit Control G and call this Mom Life. Awesome. I can center it, but I also, can just eyeball it and say, well, I want to see these parts of the lightning bolt. What parts do I want to show? So let's just, I'm going to take it down just a little bit from where it is. I'm holding Alt and just scaling it down just a little bit so that I can get these edges to show so you can really see the shape of the bolts. Okay. And now I want to let's get our leopard print going. So I'll drag this up above Mom Life, and it's seamless. So I'm just going to position it over this. I'm going to change these blending options, and I'm going to put a stroke, and I'm going to put that on the inside. So I've got stroke set to inside with 40, and there's that kind of bubbling effect that I was hoping for, and that's happening to both of those because I'm stroking the group, not the individual layers. So those are kind of like connecting, which I think is a cool effect. And then here's my leopard prints. Let's duplicate that. I'm going to drag it over. It should snap, and you can see it's seamless. If you see some ghost edges, which I'm seeing right now, you can zoom in and just, just barely tap it. Okay, so I've got those two leopard prints, and I'm just going to hit Control T on both of them at the same time and scale them down. I kind of want to fit them to the mom life, so I'm just holding Shift. You don't necessarily have to hold Shift to constrain proportions. I don't know what your settings are. Mine, I'm old school, and that's what they are. All right, so I've got that done. And I'm just going to hit right click and hit Create Clipping Mask. So we're going to right click on those, and I'm just searching for Create Clipping Mask. It seems like it's in a different spot, depending on what object and what you're doing. And I'm just going to go ahead and clear this guide. So we'll just get rid of our guides, clear guide, so that guide's gone. Because I'm really worried about that crack we saw in the center of the pattern. I don't see it now, I think it's gone. Awesome. Okay, so now let's just do one more effect. We're so close. I knew this was going to be quick and easy. This is a gradient that I've already configured, and I've got this angle set up, and you just literally can come in here and create a new gradient. I think I've got this one saved, or no, I haven't saved it, so I'll just, I'll call it rainbow, and just click new, and now I've got that rainbow gradient saved. And so, literally you just set your stops, and I picked this center blue right off of the, so you can see that blue is riding right through there, right through the lightning bolt. In fact, it might be even cooler to try to match the angle of the bolt a little bit better. But just something, this is getting nitpicky and long, and I need to avoid that. All right, so what's happened is because I've got this gradient overlay on, the leopard print's not showing suddenly, and that's the kind of stuff that confuses you when you're new. So I'm just going to convert this group to a smart object, and now the leopard print shows. So if I need to edit that mom life, I need to double click on it and go edit it over here, in a PSB. But there you have it. No time flat, less than 10 minutes, and we've got a mom life transfer. Okay, well, I hope this stuff helps, and I always appreciate you watching. Buy your DTF transfers from 143vinyl.com and enjoy creating things. Take care.